Okay, so let's sit down. Let's go ahead and get into a seated position. And if you're still nursing your tea, you're still nursing your drink, consciously just take a couple of sips of it to be here, to welcome the moment. Maybe swish around the taste of whatever it is that you have, even if it's water, just tasting that life-giving force element that we're so fortunate to have right here, right now. So as you take a seat, you want to try to have your spine more upright, right? Spine more upright. If there's anything that you need to take away from the heart scoff, I might be projecting, but if there's anything just to open fully more the heart center, go ahead and do that. Yeah, sometimes I like to massage the heart in this area around it, just to feel the opening, feel the tenderness of the being inside, right? The heart is that bridge. The heart is the bridge to the beingness inside. So we sit here, we have our spine nice and tall and the crown lifting up, and we sit here with a soft and open heart and a strong spinal column, right? So not so strained. So if you need to just kind of drop into it a little bit more, please do so. I find it very interesting though. It's like when any of us start to meditate, there's something that happens to us. We just start to sit up into the length of the spinal cord I feel like it's out of dignity, right? There's this sense of upward motion. And I feel like that comes from the spirit. It's like the body and the mind is put on notice that the spirit is ready to lift its house, lift its scaffolding to a higher plane, really. All right, so we're living in a time, I don't need to remind you, but I do want to say we're living in a time where the physical is crumbling, the outer, right? The outer is taking so many twists and turns, right? And we can see it, we can try to do what we can to help it in the ways that we feel is necessary. And another way that we can do to help it is by remaining more in our center, remaining more from the depth of our being. So if a lot of us are coming from this space of our own truth and our own peace, then we will start to see that transformation in the outer. Right? We will start to see that co-creation of a life worth living. It's just going to happen from that space. So perhaps our gift to the physical world today, the chaotic world today, is our own presence. Our own presence is our gift that we give to the world. And as a teacher, for me, as I sit here in the seat of the teacher today in this moment, my gift to you guys is to do the work so that I can embody an example that to you as well. So it's like this full circle, right? And it's done in a radically accepting kind of a way. It's not a perfect way. The healing is circular, right? It's going to hit us in times that we don't that perhaps we're not ready for sometimes. Right? So radically accepting when it does come in, that that's perhaps where we need to be, that we actually don't need to run away from it or ourselves anymore, that we do have the courage to sit with depressing type feelings that may come through, or real negative thoughts that may come through, and we're just kind of allowing the movie screen to pass through. We're calling it out for what it is. Oh, wow, this is a horror movie right now. Interesting, right? We're just watching it. Sometimes we'll get involved with it, right? So that's the unconscious. As soon as we know we're getting involved in it, perhaps we can just kind of realize that it is just a movie. The whole life that we're living is that. It's hard to say that when we are in a challenging moment, right? And it's hard to say that when people don't actually have clean water or food to eat, right? That is a reality. Yeah. So we're not saying that we're bypassing things like this. We're saying that for the most part, you and I have the very fortunate life of being able to have clean water and food and shelter, where we can look at our life a little bit more than maybe some can in this moment, and that we won't take that for granted. So as you sit here and feel the gratitude that is your heart center, that is your life, I honor you in that place within you that has the light of all beings. And that's the light that we feed off each other. So let's do that right now in a good way, So bring your hands to prayer position. Go ahead and bow into your heart. Gratitude and love for this moment that we're sharing in a community of conscious friends. Let's feel the intention that we so need right now. Voice it to yourself, or a dedication. Maybe it's someone's name that you're going to voice out 3 times. Go ahead and do that right now, or a prayer. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let's go ahead and chant that together. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free. And may all beings be happy. And this could mean the beings that have crossed over. A lot of beings that are leaving their bodies right now. And they're being asked, they're being called to go and help on the other side. Right? So we can send out this prayer of love, connection to our ancestors, and we can offer up this mantra. So you can bring your hands on your heart, left hand on your heart, right hand on top of the other. And you probably know it by now. It's like Alma, the huge Indian yoga saint teacher. This is the one prayer that she's asking everyone to do. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And gosh damn it, it's the one that we know. So let's go ahead all together now. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. All together. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Keep going, because it's the vibration of the mantra that translates, and the ancestors, the guides, the angels, the beings all in the world and in the outer world are feeling this vibration And this vibration of peace, freedom, and love is coming back to you too, because you're not separate to that, right? We are whole. So I don't know where you're at. So excuse me if I go in now, and maybe we can start from where I'm going to come in. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. We can go faster. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Feel the vibration. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Let's do one more. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Together all. No. Go ahead and swallow. You can release your hands down. Just be in the quiet for a moment. Be with the busyness that still is probably your mind. Be a good friend to it. It's okay. It's okay that you're still busy. I'm not going to tell you to stop. I'm just going to focus on my third eye. So I want you guys to bring attention to the space between your two eyes. Beautiful eye in the center of your beingness. And this is the place of intuitive feelings, intuitive nature. Right? You're feeling that open. This is where you might get little glimpses, little images of your life unfolding. Throughout the day, something might come to you. This is the intuitive life. This is something we've all been born with, and it's something that we practice, and it gets stronger, just like our yoga practice, just like our asanas. So right now, I just want you to allow the body to sit back in its seat and relax the eyes. Sometimes we try really hard to see something. Relax the eyes and just kind of fall into, for me, I'm seeing the color purple, and I'm just kind of seeing the circle open up, not like a black hole, but there's just like this circle, black with all this purple around it, and it keeps coming. It's like I'm going and it's coming. Right? You might see something totally different. Nothing is right or wrong. It's just starting to understand what you're seeing. And this helps us in our physical life because we start making decisions from this place of connected, intuitive nature, throat, heart. Right? And those three bottom chakras get to be held with the upper part of the chakras. So go ahead now and open up your eyes and keep your gaze soft. And we'll go ahead and move our body. So move your stuff away, anything that you don't need, and we'll come up onto all fours. And you can start to do your cat and your dog tilt right away. I want you to organically get into your feeling body. Plant your hands firmly onto the ground. Spread your fingers wide. This is a prayer. This is a physical prayer of alignment, Knees underneath hips. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, arching of the spine. Exhale, rounding of the spine, upper body, right behind the shoulder blades. Keep going. Inhale, arching the spine. Nice, you guys. Exhale, rounding. And we'll take it back into child's pose. So all the way back. I want you to keep it super gentle today. Focus on the peace and the gentleness in the way that you're operating your physical form. No quick, harsh, strong movements. Right? Just finding more of a, let's see, what's the word? More of an intention of surrender out of strength. Right? So you're not surrendering out of weakness. You're surrendering out of strength. Right? We're not taught this. Right? So life is hard on the physical. Things aren't going our way. So it's not necessarily about jumping up and down and getting our point across. It can be, but it could be more of leaving it up to the universe, which doesn't mean we sit back, but it could mean out of strength, we surrender. Especially if we've done everything we can. Okay, so it's from that perspective. So if this message is meant for you, take it in today. If it's not, just leave it where it is. Move into your hip circles now. So coming up, not robotically, not like, okay, she does this every single time. I kind of wish there was a different opening. So that's more robotic, right? So just kind of going into it more like, oh, okay, interesting. More curious, like, oh, I didn't realize that hip was tight. If I go this way, maybe that changes things. Oh, I'm not even using my neck. Like, how do I? Yeah, so just kind of more curious, more playful, like a child. Feet can come up. I find this like really helpful. Having the feet come up from the ground, coming a bit more forward. So if you are coming up and you're coming forward, you got your feet up, check it out. I'm going to turn my head to the right and my feet to the right. Just a little bit. I'm going to point and flex. I'm going to take it to the other side. Point and flex. Point and flex. Coming back to center. Rounding the spine and coming into child's pose. So maybe you haven't been in a child's pose all week. This could be very therapeutic for you right now because this is cooling the mind. And maybe even hold your head for a moment. So very, very sweetly, just holding your head like, oh, how does that feel just to drop into the space of the heart, caring for you? Like sometimes we just need to stop and be the peace rather than than searching to find it. Right? So stopping and being the peace without searching and trying to find it. It's right here. All right, so arms out in front. Spread your fingers wide. Take your hands over to the right. Forehead down. Stretch and breathe. Open up the pathways into that left side of you, the left hip. Really puff out the kidneys with your breath. And then take it to the other side. Breathe into that right side. Nurture you. Give yourself what you need right now. Slow down your breathing. Ujjayi pranayama. It's like a sweet, sweet lullaby to the mind. And then coming to center, we'll come up onto all fours. And we're going to lift up the left arm. And we're going to take it underneath the right armpit. So all the way to the side. And you're going to drop down onto your ear, onto the side of your head. And you're just going to peekaboo through your arm. And then just close your eyes. So you're not performing the pose, you're just feeling and becoming one with it, with all the different body parts. I often find for me, I back off. I go strong when I'm getting in, and then I start to back off a little bit and find that place right in the middle where I can just be. And in this position, I know that my feet try to come together. So I'm going to open my feet a little wider. Notice if you're clenching your teeth, your jaw. See if you can soften that. And lengthen your breath. A little bit yin-y right now. I think it's important. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Okay, so come on up, push the right hand down. Go ahead and round up your spine. Exhale. Inhale, arch. And then lift up the right arm. And we're going to bring it right underneath that left armpit. Scoop it underneath you. Down onto that right side of your head. Drop the feet down. Just meet yourself where you are. So basically, that's kind of that space where you kind of go for it. And then you back off a little bit and you find your place right where you are, where you can authentically stretch without straining. Let your feet open up behind you. Relax your legs. We're finding new pathways to open, right? It's countering whatever you're doing in your life, physically, mentally, emotionally. It's calming you. Well, it's coming into balance. All right, so come back to center. And Just notice if you need to take your hands out a little further. It looks like down dog. Forehead down, it's half dog. Ears line up with your arms. Sit bones rise up. Belly button draws in. Nice long spine. And then drop down onto your forearms. I'm going to take my bracelets off because it doesn't feel so good with them on doing this. So grabbing onto your forearms and then bringing your hands lightly touching. Let's go ahead and curl the toes under. We'll move into dolphin pose. So it's the upper back. We can all do with an upper back stretch. So I'm going to go back. It looks like child's pose for the moment, but then I'm going to bring my knees up from the ground and take my sit bones up high, draw in through the belly, sit bones up, belly button in and up. Yeah. Toes pointed in, heels out. Smooth, deep breath. Belly button draws in. So my head, it might look like it's touching the ground, but it's not. Neck is lengthening. Ears are lining up with the elbows. Legs are straightening. Maybe bend one knee, straighten up the other. Change sides. So if I could give you a support here, what I would do is I'd bring my hands behind your heart. So right at the shoulder blades, and I'd push down. Down and up. I'd also put one hand right at your small of your lower back and lift your sit bones up higher. Thighs back. Okay, drop down onto your knees. Oh my goodness, that's a lot, huh? All the way down, forehead down, palms facing open. Be with the reaction, the response to what you just did. Be with that sense of feeling as much as the strong feeling. So you had a strong feeling of really going for that position. And now this is where you feel it integrate. So we don't just keep going. That model is dissipating in our world. That's what we're noticing. So we need to emulate that in the macro, in our practice. So come up now, onto your knees, onto your hands. Let's have the left hand underneath your shoulder, your left knee underneath your hip. The right foot comes down, right hand comes up. Take your time, press down into your left palm, lift up your right leg. So this is really helpful, strengthening the hips here. Yeah. Back on the back. What does that mean? Back on the back. So head back, upper body back, chin up a little bit. Good, you guys. Release. Release meditatively into the next side. Right hand, right knee, left arm. Focus here. Focus here. Focus right here. Focus on your breath. And release. Let's release up into a more upright position, standing up. And we're going to curl, or standing up onto the knees. We're going to curl the toes under. And I want you to bring your hands up like a triangle, third eye looking through the triangle. Hold it right there. Just notice something on our shrine here, and I want to fix it. Right? You could say I was distracted, or my eye saw something in the moment that needed some shifting. All right, so hands are up. You're looking at this triangle and it's going through the third eye. And you're going to take the arms out to the side, exhale. And then you're going to bring the same triangle down, this first, second chakra. All right, so triangle down. So you're bringing the energy down into your foundation. All right, so we're going to bring it up to the third eye. Inhale. Creating awareness of your energetic field. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. All right, so you're really creating a protective field around you, healing field around you. When you're grounded into your first, second, third chakras, inhale. But you're also seeing the light. You're seeing the light through the third eye. Changes are here. Highest and greatest good changes are here. Always the inhale on the third eye, always the exhale coming down to the first and second chakra. You do 3 more on your own. You may even decide to close your eyes. Now take a moment here to sit back on your heels. All 10 toes are curled under. So it's a bit of a thing here. So it's going to stretch those acupressure points. And you're just going to sit back. You might want to have your palms turn open. Sitting up nice and tall. Allow the feet to be stretched. Right arm can come up, right hand can be bent, elbow, and you can reach around and see if you can grab on to the right with the left, or just grab onto the shirt. Keep those upper ribs in. Head back. Change sides. Left arm up, bending and reaching back. See what you can get. Work with any injuries very, very gently. Very compassionately. All right, I know those feet. All right, we're going to slowly release it out. We're going to kick it out. Whew, it's a lot. So kick it out. All right, so grab your strap and let's come up to standing. Also grab your block, and I'm going to move the camera back a little bit. If you're one of those folks that need to leave early today, thank you for letting me know, but make sure that you take care of yourself and put yourself into Shavasana, at least for 2 minutes, at least. When I was in my early 20s and I would go to classes, probably like 20 years old, and I would leave early because I was impatient or whatever, had something going on. I know you guys have something going on. Oh, I'd get so in trouble from my teachers. It's just such a good time to rest and to reevaluate and to take in what you've done. So arms are up, and then just bend your elbows side to side. Let the shoulders relax. And now see if you could straighten up the arms. All right, and we're going to take the arms back. If you got to take them wider to take them all the way back, that's okay. Easy does it. All right, so if I see a couple of bending of elbows, no worries, but then take your arms out wider. I want to see if you could just keep those arms nice and straight. Okay, so find a place where you're able to do that. You might be all the way out pretty wide. Nice, you guys, I can see you. Very nice. So up and back, up and back. Yeah, you just use what you can. Love it. Sarah's getting a blanket. Yay. Yeah, a little bit slippery, huh? Yeah, there you go. All right, so keep going. I want you to close your eyes now. Try not to zone out, zone in. Feel what it is that you're feeling, where you're feeling it. You're embodying your physical and your mental and your spiritual practice inside of one movement. Maybe you can go a little bit closer with your hands. And once you do go a little bit closer, try to go back, right where you want to take it back all the way. I want you to hold it there. There's a lot of effort to hold it there. Taking it back, but not actually taking it back because it's probably too close with the hands. But then maybe take it down all the way. All right, and then go ahead and bring it up. Hold it right there, right where you'd like to bring it up all the way. Hold it, and now bring it up all the way. Oh my goodness, we need to do that more. Right, it might be projecting, but I think that was needed. Okay, so release your block. Let's go with the circling of the wrists, right? We normally do this in the beginning part. In my book, it's still kind of beginning, still warming up. And then just kind of get your body into a nice groove, into a movement to the feet. My husband might call this the Elaine dance, and I don't care. So just kind of moving it. Yeah, just kind of move it around. Yeah, it's like no one's watching, that kind of dance. And then maybe some ankles, right side. Just have fun with your body. So I took a little fall and I was pretty glad that my ankles have been worked with, because I only hurt for 24 hours on my ankle and then changed sides. And I would have to say it's because of these movements that we've been doing together. I've been doing these every day. I think they really helped. And then take your feet all the way up onto the balls of the feet and then drop the heels down. So inhale up, exhale down. You can keep your arms up if you'd like. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. So feet are hips distance apart. Exhale down. I want you to bend your knees for a moment. Feet are hips distance apart. Arms are up. You're taking the weight back to your heels, taking them back, holding it there. Drawing into your tummy, arms back, head back, all the way up. Inhale, exhale. All right, so let's have our 2 blocks in front of us. Let's use them. And what we're gonna do is bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, bend your knees, right leg back. Use your blocks. Left foot to the left, right knee down, open the heart. And then just start to curl the toes under, lift up, so we're pulsating. So it just looks like this, knee down and pulsating. Change sides, right foot forward, left foot back, left knee down, inhale. Exhale, pulsating. Still have your heart more forward, you know, when you're doing that. All right, so I'm going to give you the breath. I'm doing an inhale on the opening of the heart, knee down. I'm doing an exhale when I pulsate. Inhale. Exhale. One more. All right, downward facing dog. Those pulsating moves are where you're going to feel it later today in your hips, where you go, you know what? It's just easier to be in my body, and that's a gift. All right, so ears line up to the arms. Yeah, inhale, come up onto the ball of both feet, lift your sit bones up, draw your belly button in, not a lot, just a little, and then drop both heels towards the floor. Slight tuck of your tail. Yeah, so there's a foundation there in the pelvic floor. Straight legs, breath deepening. You're active here. Rock forward to plank. Draw in through your belly. Lift your head. Breathe. Lift your thighs, knees, chest, chin, all the way down. Pranam. So all the way down onto the tummy. Forehead down. Take a moment here to breathe. Now I'm lifting my head up only because the microphone gets really muffled, but your forehead is down. All right. And I want you to breathe and feel your intention. Soften and feel your intention. Arms go out to the side, palms facing down. Strengthen your back. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling, kind of different, right? Legs back, knees up, head up. Feel this back body doing some work without straining it. Arms out to the side, palms open and then palms down. And then stretch the arms forward, those of you who can. Stretch the legs back. Stretch. And then bring the hands down, curl the toes under. Go ahead and come into child's pose just for a little moment. Home base. Home base. Be with your heart. The peace within your heart. You're choosing to dwell right there. The world can lose its mind on the outside, but you're inside your heart. You're safe and you're protected. And let's come up onto the knees, unless you'd like to stay there a bit more. And we're going to use the blocks, so I'm just going to kneel over to get them. So what we'll do is we'll take that left foot forward. We're going to curl the back toes. We're going to have the left knee right above your ankle. Okay. You're going to move your left foot to the left. You're going to slowly start to come up. Left hand to left hip, right hand to right hip. So you're just starting to open up this first, second chakra, the pelvic floor, and also the heart. Keep those ribs in. Start to move back, open the heart, now sink down. Then reach the arms up. So we've kind of worked our way from the ground up all this time. Open up through your heart, and you can have your palms face one another. See if you can be here for a little bit. Drop those shoulders. And then come into warrior two. Very gracefully, drop that back heel. Send your right thigh back. Left heel is going to intersect back middle arch. And then you're going to sink down. So yoga, when we have this union between the heart and the physical form, the spiritual being, the mind, we just start to feel in sync with nature, in sync with our own nature. We have this radical acceptance about us, and we don't care about things that would ordinarily piss us off, right? For better words. I don't think there is any, right? We just don't get as alarmed. Go ahead and straighten the left leg. Go ahead and bring the arms out to the side again. Inhale. Go ahead and exhale. Keep that left leg straight. Come out, right hip one way. Your intention to the other way for triangle. So this hand is going to drop down where it wants to. So for me, I'm going to get my blocks. This just feels more where I need to be. They're going to be to the outside. Yeah, now I don't feel like I'm straining, but I'm getting the benefits, right? So that's where you need to be, right in the middle. Head back, upper body back. Aha. Look at all those beautiful trees. Oh, Molly's got a big smile on her face. All right, come up, change sides. But hey, before we do, we need our friends. So if you've got blocks, grab them. Pivot that left foot in, right foot out. Come into that high lunge. Remember that high lunge that we started with? Right foot to the right hip back, left hip more forward. So remember, we're surrendering because of our strength, not because of our weakness, or not because of weakness. Surrender is different to giving up. Giving up isn't even giving it a go. Surrendering is remaining open. To all the angles, letting go of polarity, thinking, right or wrong, good or bad, black or white. Drop your back heel, warrior two. So make sure the right foot is intersecting back middle arch. Sink it down. Ribs in. All right, so straighten up that right leg, or you might decide to bend it a little bit to grab your blocks for triangle position. If you're using the blocks, they go to the outside of the foot. The front foot is still intersecting your back middle arch. The arms are up, they're inhaling. And then we're exhaling and we're reaching out. Legs are going to remain as straight as we're able to do it. We're going to lift up out of our kneecaps. We're going to drop our hand down. The head goes back, the upper body goes back, the ribs go back, the left thigh goes back, the right side bum tucks under. I always notice heads. So if you need to look down, please do that. And notice if you just put a little bit more weight on the pinky toe of the right foot and take it more to the right big toe, left thigh back, left thigh back. So nice, you guys. Stay with it. Full breath. Okay, so check it out. We're going to bend the right knee. We're going to go into that waterfall. I'm going to use my blocks. I'm going to bring them with me. Padarita Padachanasana. Really long downward facing dog and away. Toes in, heels out. Lengthen out. Shoulders away from the ears. Press down into your palms. Sit bones rise out, belly in, stretch. And then you may decide to bring hands back to where they're under your shoulders and head drops down. And then you may decide to just kind of bend one knee and straighten the other. How nice it is just to kind of free flow it for a little bit. Yeah, where do you need to find places to open? Is basically where you need to go. It's kind of like a spider pose, doing something like this. And maybe just have the legs straight now and bring a block, one block to where your vision is looking down. Right hand to that vision on top of the block. Left hand to left hip. Keep the hips where they are and turn your palm open on top of that left. So let's see this again. Left palm is open, right on top of the tailbone area. So that's going to remain flat as if your hand had a cup of tea on it, but the left side shoulder is opening to the left. Left arm could reach up, inhale. Exhale, release. Change sides. Right arm could reach up. And release. Come down onto your knees. Frog. Feet are open, forehead down. Take it wide and breathe. Once you have the position, relax you're still flexing your feet, but you're relaxing the toes. They're in a flexed position, the feet, but you're not overly flexing them anymore, if that makes sense. Like you're not being active. It's just let them be. Breathe. That's it. Let it out. Let it in. Okay. Knees come together. Child's pose. Maybe they come closer than you've done it before. And you can use your block for your forehead. Amazing. We've kind of turned our world upside down, around, side to side. And let's come onto our back, right? And our world is our body, right? It's where we get to live for now. So come onto your back. Get your strap, bring it to the ball of the right foot. Left sole of the foot on the floor. Bring that right leg closer to you. Amazing. Bring it forward towards you, stretch. Are you guys doing this one every day? This is the most important one for you. Right? If you can only do this and lay on the ground and do like 5 deep breaths in and out through your nose on each side, then that's great. All right, change sides. Get curious about your body. Of course, you're going to have your other activities, but incorporate this meditative place within you through action every day. Not as something that you need to check off a list, but something you enjoy. Duty is duty after all, right? We don't want to duty something. We want to do it out of devotion for ourselves. Okay, release that. That's out to the side. Go ahead and grab your block. I want you to see your block, the skinniest place, like this part, thinnest, and put it between your knees. Interlace your fingers behind your head. It's a breathing exercise, but it's also going to strengthen the belly. Okay, so we're inhaling down. We're exhaling to come up. We're going to feel as though there's this orange here, so we're not coming up that high. Okay, and then we're going to come down. We're not really going to touch the ground though. Going to kind of feel like we do. So, all right, let's do this. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Inhale back. This is not a sit up. I want you to focus on your breathing. All right, so it's exhale up. Focus on your form. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. So you're gradually squeezing up and up and up, or down and down and down. Down is something. Down isn't like, thank God, that's over. No, coming down is like, I'm coming down. Okay, so you're doing something. All right, if you need a bit more, legs come up. But you're only coming up if you got the breath down. You're only bringing the feet up if you go, yeah, the breath is cool. So exhale, inhale, exhale. Remember, down is not forgotten. It's still something. All right, let's release that. Remove your block. Bring your block underneath your tailbone, lower back area. All right, so we're going to counter what we just did. Bring your hands under your belly, right in the middle part. Flush it out. I'm just kind of gently pressing down the middle part of my belly. Anything not serving me, out with the flicks of the fingers. So anything not serving you, let it go. It's kind of like a scoop down. We did this last week. Yeah. All right, so you're on your block. Guess where we're going? One leg up and then the other. If you feel really like your mind is racing, get into a quiet room and do this. Yesterday, I don't know, after lunch or I don't know, around there, a couple hours after lunch, I was able, you don't want to do this on a full stomach, right? I just felt my mind just got caught up. And so I did this and yeah, we are very calming with your favorite music to calm you, to bring you into the moment, because the best thing that we can do is to bring peace within us when we notice that we're feeling a little imbalanced, right? So we're giving the universe, our world, our presence. So for me right now, my legs are pretty shaky, like, yeah, like I'm working to be here. So I don't know if you're the same, but there's something happening, right? The inner thighs are coming together. This is not just a physical move. Energetically, you are turning your whole world upside down. You're balancing your chakras, particularly the throat chakra. So, you know, if you're an advanced yogi with the asanas and you're thinking, wow, this is a really easy variation, I want you to go into the energetics of it. It's not just about the physical. All right, so let's release the feet down. Deep breaths. Notice any changes. 2 more. Deep breath in. Out through the mouth. Really allow your hips to rest on the block. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right, so move into a twist that you love to do. What is that twist? Sometimes for me, I just have to lay down for a moment and see it come to me. What twist is it going to be? Yeah, so it can change. Take your time, change your side. Sometimes we can get so peaceful that we're not used to it. And then we start creating things that aren't even there. Sometimes we can feel bored. And that's okay. We're supposed to feel bored. We're not supposed to always fill up our day with something. Right ankle to the left knee comes in, right hand to the inside, left hand to the outside. Changing sides. So decide where you need to go for final rest. Is it laying down? Is it legs up on the wall? Is it with a lot of blankets over you, something over your eyes? Get very clear. If you are leaving us, you might decide to turn your camera off. Yeah, and then you can just lay down for a little bit. I'm going to mute so you guys can rest without any different sounds. Let go of your practice now. Let go of all your effort. Take a moment now to come back to your physical form and the room that you're in, just by moving your fingers and your toes. Gently roll yourself to the right side and make a pillow with your arms. We'll come up into a seated position. Just feel that quiet space within you. It's always there, it never gets turned off. We just sometimes get covered up with so many different distractions that move us away from remembering. Be with the remembrance, be with your breath, be with the depth that is you. And let's gently bring our palms into prayer position as we bow into the heart. Take a moment here to give thanks to all the many blessings that yoga and awareness bring to you, and to all those with whom your life touches. Let's chant a very simple Om, but in a profound and loving vibrational way. It's not always what we say, it's the intention behind it. So let's take a deep breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be free, happy, and peaceful, including you and me. Namaste. Let me just turn this off.